For the next 7 days, I've decided to feed my dog exclusively homemade meals. This experiment stems from my curiosity about what goes into commercial pet food and a desire to provide my dog with fresher, potentially healthier options. By preparing each meal myself, I hope to better understand my dog's nutritional needs and observe any changes in his behavior, energy, or overall well-being. Throughout the week, I'll be learning about balanced canine diets, sourcing ingredients, and adapting recipes to suit his preferences. Ultimately, I want to see if homemade meals can make a noticeable difference and whether this approach is practical for our daily routine. My dog's usual diet consists of commercial kibble, carefully selected for its balanced nutrition and convenience. Over time, I noticed that while this food met basic dietary needs, it lacked variety and sometimes left my dog less enthusiastic during mealtimes. This week, I decided to switch to homemade food, aiming to provide fresher ingredients and more diverse flavors. I wanted to see if a change in diet could improve my dog's energy levels and overall well-being. Preparing meals at home also allows me to control exactly what goes into each dish, ensuring quality and safety. This temporary switch is an opportunity to observe any positive changes and better understand my dog's preferences. When preparing homemade meals for your dog, it's essential to understand their specific nutritional requirements. Dogs need a balanced diet that includes proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals to maintain optimal health. Safe ingredients often include lean meats, certain vegetables like carrots and green beans, and grains such as rice or oats. However, some foods commonly found in kitchens, like onions, garlic, grapes, and chocolate, can be toxic to dogs and should always be avoided. It's also important to consider the risks of nutritional deficiencies or imbalances, which can occur if meals are not properly formulated. Consulting with a veterinarian or a pet nutritionist can help ensure that homemade meals meet your dog's dietary needs. Regular monitoring of your dog's health and adjusting recipes as needed are key steps in providing safe and nourishing homemade food. When planning the week's menu, it's important to include a diverse selection of proteins, vegetables, and grains. This approach not only keeps meals interesting, but also helps ensure a balanced intake of essential nutrients. For proteins, consider options like chicken, fish, beans, and tofu. Incorporate a range of vegetables such as leafy greens, root vegetables, and colorful peppers to provide vitamins and minerals. Whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, and whole wheat pasta can serve as satisfying bases for many dishes. By varying these ingredients throughout the week, you can create meals that support overall health and prevent dietary monotony. On the first day, I set out to prepare a homemade meal for my dog, carefully selecting fresh ingredients to ensure a balanced and nutritious dish. As I mixed everything together, the kitchen filled with enticing aromas that caught my dog's attention. When I placed the bowl down, he approached cautiously, sniffing the food with curiosity. After a moment of hesitation, he took his first bite, pausing to savor the new flavors. His tail wagged slowly, signaling a mix of intrigue and approval. It was clear that the change in routine had sparked his interest, and I watched closely to see how he would respond to this new culinary experience. On the second day, I began to notice subtle changes in my dog's behavior and an appetite. To ensure he enjoyed his meals, I adjusted the recipes, incorporating ingredients he seemed to prefer. Throughout the day, I closely monitored his energy levels, watching for signs of increased activity or fatigue. These observations helped me tailor his diet more effectively, making sure he received both the nutrition and enjoyment he needed. By evening, it was clear that small tweaks to his food made a noticeable difference in his overall mood and vitality. On the third day, I began introducing new ingredients into my dog's meals. Carefully selected additions, such as small amounts of cooked vegetables and lean proteins, were mixed with his usual food. Throughout the day, I paid close attention to any changes in his appetite and overall behavior. I noticed whether he seemed more interested in his meals or if he hesitated to eat. Subtle shifts, like increased energy or a more playful demeanor, were also observed. Monitoring these reactions helped me assess which ingredients were well received and which might need adjustment in the future. On the fourth day, several challenges became apparent. Preparing meals from scratch demanded a significant amount of time, often requiring careful planning and organization. Balancing nutrition also proved to be more complicated than expected, as it involved selecting ingredients that provided essential vitamins and minerals while keeping meals varied and enjoyable. There were moments of uncertainty about whether each dish met dietary needs, highlighting the importance of research and attention to detail. Despite these obstacles, the experience offered valuable insights into the complexities of maintaining a healthy diet through home cooking. On the fifth day of preparing homemade meals for my dog, I began to observe subtle changes in both health and digestion. My dog seemed more energetic during walks and displayed a noticeably shinier coat. Digestion appeared smoother, with regular bowel movements and no signs of discomfort. Additionally, my dog showed enthusiasm at mealtimes, eagerly anticipating each serving. These early signs suggest that the transition to homemade food may be having a positive impact. However, I continue to monitor for any adverse reactions or changes in behavior. Overall, the initial response has been encouraging. Preparing homemade dog food can be a rewarding experience, but it often requires careful planning to make it both convenient and enjoyable. Start by creating a weekly meal plan and batch cooking portions in advance, which can save time and reduce daily effort. Using airtight containers helps keep meals fresh and makes serving quick and easy. Incorporate a variety of ingredients to ensure your dog receives balanced nutrition, and consider rotating recipes to keep things interesting for your pet. Involving your dog in the process, such as letting them watch or sniff ingredients, can make mealtime more exciting. Finally, keep cleanup simple by organizing your workspace and using easy-to-clean utensils. With these tips, homemade dog food becomes a manageable and pleasant routine for both you and your furry companion. On the seventh day, the final homemade meal is prepared, marking the end of a week dedicated to nourishing my dog with fresh, thoughtfully chosen ingredients. As I reflect on the past days, I notice subtle changes in my dog's energy, enthusiasm, and overall well-being. Mealtime has become an anticipated event, with visible excitement and a healthy appetite. Throughout the week, I've observed improvements in coat shine and digestion, suggesting that the homemade meals have had a positive impact. This experience has deepened the bond between us, as each meal was made with care and attention. Looking back, the effort invested seems worthwhile, and I feel more connected to my dog's health and happiness. When deciding between homemade meals and commercial dog food, several factors come into play. Homemade meals allow for greater control over ingredients, which can be beneficial for dogs with specific dietary needs or allergies. However, preparing balanced meals at home requires careful planning and nutritional knowledge to ensure your dog receives all essential nutrients. Commercial dog foods are formulated to meet established dietary standards, offering convenience and consistency. On the downside, some commercial options may contain fillers or artificial additives. Cost is another consideration. While homemade meals can be more expensive and time-consuming, commercial foods range widely in price depending on quality. Ultimately, the best choice depends on your dog's health requirements, your budget, and your ability to maintain a balanced diet. Reflecting on the past week, several valuable lessons have emerged. Approaches that emphasized clear communication and proactive planning proved to be particularly effective, helping tasks run smoothly and minimizing misunderstandings. However, there were moments when unexpected challenges highlighted the need for greater flexibility and adaptability. In hindsight, allocating more time for contingency planning would have been beneficial. Next time, I would prioritize regular check-ins to monitor progress and address issues promptly. Overall, the experience underscored the importance of balancing structure with openness to change, ensuring continuous improvement in future efforts. Reflecting on my experience of feeding my dog exclusively homemade meals, I have found it to be both rewarding and challenging. Preparing each meal allowed me to closely monitor the ingredients and ensure my dog received balanced nutrition. However, it required careful planning, research, and commitment to maintain variety and meet dietary needs. For others considering this approach, consulting with a veterinarian or pet nutritionist is essential to avoid nutritional deficiencies. Homemade meals can strengthen the bond between you and your pet, but it's important to stay informed and attentive to your dog's health. Ultimately, every dog is unique, so choosing the right feeding method should be based on individual needs and circumstances.